Hello, it is Monday, March 20th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Monday puzzle today, so we're starting the solving week with a nice, simple, themed puzzle. That's what we should have in store for us today. I'm hoping that this edition will have somewhat improved audio quality. I apologize for the poor microphone quality yesterday. That was a technical mistake on my end, and hopefully today's is a bit better. This hopefully auditorially improved, orally improved edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Camtron, Henrik Koskinen, David Innes, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Schulmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in sustaining this channel, bringing us this series. I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate the contributions of all of my patrons who help keep this channel going. So thank you so much if you are among them. If you'd like to become among that coterie, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or by following the link in the description field underneath the video. There you can become a benefactor and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug and that recognition at the beginning of these videos. And of course, as a backer at any level, you'll get all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. So thank you again to all of my patrons. And thank you all to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Please do so if you've not. That helps out quite a bit as well. And finally, you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that as well. So let's get on with today's puzzle. This is a Monday-themed crossword constructed by Adam Vincent. This is Adam Vincent's third puzzle for the New York Times, and this puzzle was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see what this Monday puzzle has in store for us. Important skill in an awkward interaction. Tact, maybe? In 4 letters, I would think. Big ice cream container, a tub of ice cream. That looks right. Eureka, I've found it. Aha, here it is. Pro's opposite. The opposite of pro is con if you're against something rather than for it. Oh, really? That's so, you might ask? And here we have, here comes trouble. Uh-oh. Ice cream dessert served in a boat. Banana split? I think a banana split is served in a dish that's sort of called a boat, sort of in this boat in the sense of a sort of gravy boat, that kind of, I guess, boat-shaped serving vessel. So that looks like it's one of the thematic answers, and I can't help myself. I'm going to look at the revealer right now because it's been selected, and it says not pay for a meal at a restaurant, or a hint to each half of 16, 19, 34, and 50 across. Dine and dash? Dash, split. I'm going to dash, I'm going to split, I'm going to leave. And dine is eating a banana, so dine and dash, banana and split. Something that's a food and then something that means to leave. That could be, that might well be the theme. Vegan version of a classic brunch dish. Tofu scramble. Yes, there we go. Because to scramble is also to dash, to leave, or to, get out of wherever you are. And then tofu is another food item. Here we go. Let's just keep looking at these, see if we can get any more. Citrusy cocktail garnish. Lemon peel, to I'm going to peel out, I'm going to leave, maybe. That might be right. I'm not 100% certain. Let's check this one. Sweet spiral pastry topped with icing. Cinnamon bun? Why would that? I don't think bun would means dash. What would it be? What else would it be? Roll. Oh, roll. Something roll. See, if you say I'm going to roll, I'm going to leave, I'm going to dash. What sort of roll? Maybe a cinnamon roll. Maybe it's the same thing I was already thinking. There we go. That's probably it. Okay. Well, we might have made a good go of the thematic answers then. Let's check the crosses on these and see if we can confirm or deny any of them. If you're out of danger, you're safe. To fill one's tank is to gas up, to put gasoline or petrol in your car. Mountains where St. Bernards were originally bred. That would be the Alps, kind of classically associated with alpine environments, the Saint Bernard with the sort of brandy barrel on its neck, which I don't think is something that they ever actually did in reality, but there was a there was an illustration of one in such a situation, and that led to essentially a never a kind of permanent depiction of Saint Bernards with that accoutrement. Soft mineral powder would be talc, some talcum powder. A Kuwaiti ruler could be an emir. Instruments for Ravi and Anushka Shankar would be sitars, famous sitar uh, family, I suppose. And then the pearly gates, the entrance to heaven, as depicted in many cartoons. Cured slice on a deli tray, sorry, would be salami. There we go. Organization overseeing prescriptions. Here we abbreviated. So we have two abbreviations. We have organization and prescriptions abbreviated. So the answer will also be abbreviated. Maybe the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. That would make sense to me. Misspoke a line, e.g., yes, you flubbed your line, you misspoke. Honey or sugar alternative. So these being in quotation marks makes me think they're being used as terms of endearment rather than foods, because you could imagine someone saying honey or addressing somebody by calling them honey or sugar. So, um, what is the word to which those are an alternative? I'm not sure offhand. Um, oh, darling. There we go. That's it. Galore could be aplenty. We've got uh, crossword clues galore. Um, crossword clues aplenty. And here we have a place to lay a napkin would be in your lap. Bird symbolizing the arrival of spring, the first robin of spring, as they say. Quintessential Route 66 lodging. That would be a motel that you might encounter on a road trip or something like that. Mash eatery, the mess tent, I would think. So in a military, so MASH being obviously a show that was set on a military base, and then a mess being in dining location in that context. World in French, monde is world in French, le monde, world, and Bruin's legend Phil to fans. Not sure about that one, unsurprisingly. Fume over could be to stew over, to be kind of bitter and frustrated. Podcasting partner, e.g., could be one's co host in a recording context. Um, count me in. I'm down, you might say. So, Espo, Phil, maybe this person's name is Esposito, maybe Phil Esposito. I don't know, but that's a name that I could imagine being contracted to Espo. Catcher's spot in baseball would be home plate. That's at least sports clue simple enough for me to recognize. And to skip over something would be to omit it, to leave it out. Witty banter is often referred to as repartee. And to get educated about something is to learn about it. And the about in uh, the parentheses here, this little parenthetical about, means we're going to apply the word about not just to the clue, but also to the answer. So it's as though the answer were learn about. To get educated about something is to learn about it. On a later day in the week, we probably wouldn't have this little extra help, but we get it on a Monday because it is not meant to be too strong a challenge. Windpipe is one's trachea anatomically, and if one tries to call again, one redials a phone number. Ones after whom others are named are namesakes or eponyms. Are you named after one? One's, oh, I see. Yes, it's in other words, yes, he was. If I don't know, stadium was named after a person or something, you could call it this sort of, uh, that would be the eponym. The name of the stadium would be this person's eponym, or the other way around. Sorry, that seemed to think straight. Love to bits would be to adore somebody or something. And I don't think we looked at these. Hit the hay, go to bed. There we go, common idiom. And durable wood that's softer than oak is elm. I wouldn't have known that specifically off the top of my head, but it fits perfectly well. A stubborn animal is an ass, famously stubborn animal. All right, to get educated on something is to read up on it. It's surprisingly similar to, oh, I see, yes, we had get educated about and then get educated on. Oh, that's funny. So two different, that makes that little parenthetical thing particularly nice because we have two different cases where get educated, we can have the same sort of base clue, but then the sort of conjunction there differs. Get educated on or get educated about. All right, so to read up on something. Numerous beyond calculation would be un. There were so many. There were numerous beyond calculation. They were untold millions, maybe numerous beyond calculation. That could work. It's mine, all mine, you might declare greedily. If you're not hoodwinked by something, you're onto it. And like glow paint colors are neon colors. Lowly workers are peons, sort of drudges, and tests taken verbally are oral exams or orals. To connect as pals would be to bond, to form a bond of friendship. And neighbors of flutists in an orchestra, or flautists, would be oboists. To surround someone or something completely would be to enfold that person or thing, and a euphemism for an expletive with the. Euphemism for an expletive. Not sure what that's getting at. Sorry, let's look at the cross here. If something's harder to tame, an animal might be wilder, a more difficult to tame animal. And fancy hairstyles informally could be do's, hairdos. Why fancy in particular? Oh, I see. The F word is a euphemism for an expletive. There we go. I guess this is do's. I would think of a do as being any hairstyle, not just a fancy one. But I suppose, yeah, I don't know. I guess I sort of see what it means. What the fish said when it swam into a concrete wall per an old joke. Dam, I suppose, because it's literally hitting a dam. Very good. I've not seen that joke before, but I believe that it's an old one. Museum hangings, art hangs in museums, and here we have physicians for short, are MDs for medical doctors. So we'll look down here in this corner. A lumberjack's implement would be an axe used by a lumberjack to fell trees. Me day destination, me day destination. Oh, a spa. You could, I suppose, have a me day, have a sort of spa day, a day to treat yourself. And big name and dry erase markers, expo markers. You see those often in on whiteboards, dry erase whiteboards. Partner of skip and jump would be a hop, skip, and a jump if you're saying something's not very far away. To cut the crop is to reap. So after having sown your crop, you reap it during the harvest. And to catch sight of someone or something would be to notice that person or thing. A basic country dance could be a one step, I suppose. I suppose a dance with a single step would be the simplest category of dance. Hence basic, maybe. I think that's probably the answer. Vietnam's capital would be Hanoi. Peeper that makes no sound would be an I assume. Peepers are sometimes used to refer to eyes, and eyes don't make any particular sound, at least not at a volume we would ever notice. C21 down. Oh, with 23 down, a person's soulmate. Hmm. Maybe one step is wrong and it's two step. Yes, it is. It is two step. That makes more sense. I was thinking one step seemed kind of odd. That seemed like too few steps, but I didn't really think about it very hard. So a method is a way to do something, and the one would be someone's soulmate. I see. So you refer to your partner as the one, and then peeper that makes no sound is the I, right? As we saw. So there we go. That is the Monday crossword. So a nice, simple Monday crossword with a theme that we took care of quite early on in the solve, but let's take a look at it just to give it a review. So we had a revealer, and if you're not familiar with that concept, because I don't think I've referenced it very often, very recently, the revealer is the sort of thematically central clue that ties together all of the other theme-related clues and answers that have gone in the puzzle. And as reader, as viewer, I'm sorry, Lyle pointed out, and as in what I have coined Lyle's law, after that viewer, the revealer is very frequently found towards the end of the puzzle in the across clues, and it very frequently falls just 3 cells up from the southern border and abutting the eastern border. of the grid. So it's very often in this exact spot where this one is. Not always, but more often than any other particular place in the grid. And anyway, this revealer says dine and dash. To not pay for a meal at a restaurant, or a hint to each half of our thematic puzzles. So as we saw, we have one half of each of these answers is something on which you dine, and the other half is a synonym for dash or to leave. So we had banana split, tofu scramble, lemon peel, and cinnamon roll. And it was sort of fun going through and getting those immediately. And it made, of course, solving the rest of the puzzle a bit easier because we had so many crosses. So there we go. A nice third crossword from Adam Vincent, and a nice gentle start to the solving week with a nice gentle theme as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday crossword. I hope you join me then. It should be another relatively gentle themed puzzle. So come back tomorrow and we'll find out what that's all about. Until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.